All right, so this knife thoughts video is going to be an unboxing, and as you can see, this is from Rhino. So Rhino is a company that I have been aware of for a while. They started making accessories for knives and even some knives with tritium. So tritium is a radioactive isotope. It's pretty much harmless, but it is like kind of controlled, so it can be kind of tough to get here in the US, and it's something that's pretty cool. I have had it on some of my gear before, and when I saw that Rhino was kind of bringing it to the knife market, I guess from like a legitimate as a legitimate merchant in the US, it was something that I was very interested in, because previously you kind of had to try to get it from overseas and things like that. I hadn't done that. I just had some gear that had tritium on it. So I was interested to see, happy to see that there was someone putting it on knives and knife accessories in the US here. Now, at Blade Show, I got to meet the people of Rhino and got some of their glow fobs. So they've got the spark and the ember. I really like them. I have them on my keys, both of my sets of keys now, my EDC pouch, and the fanny pack that I wear a lot of the time. And they have this knife, the Fermi, and it just came out. So this is an EDC type knife with tritium, that comes on it. So you don't have to add it on later or anything like that. Got my son hanging out here with me, so if you hear some babbling in the background, that's that. And also I have one of my older Knife Thought shirts on. I didn't change it, just the one I was wearing today, so sorry about that. But anyway, I am going to use this new Microtech Ultratech. It's actually a blem, but in Tonto with the bronze and violet to open this up. Got it sharpened up nicely, better edge than it came with. But here it is. So first of all, I like their logo. I like nice simple logos like this, and honestly I like logos that are animal heads. Just something that I appreciate. And got the green, the very kind of radioactive green to go along with what it is, tritium. And then you can see here this says Fermi Z G10Z D2. I don't know what all that means, but basically it's G10, it's in D2. So this is on Rhino's website. It's $99.99. So basically a $100 knife, pretty budget friendly. Certainly at this point in the knife market, that is what I would consider a budget knife, and it is an EDC size knife, so really honing in on that budget EDC market. But let's open this up here, and there is an outline, kind of like a line drawing of the Fermi. And so the name Fermi, I'll talk about all this more in the full review that I do, but a pioneer in nuclear physics. And let's see, the Fermi, professionally illuminated with self-powered tritium, named after Enrico Fermi, the architect of the nuclear age. D2, built in Detroit with Swiss tritium. So they put it together in Detroit, I believe, and then you can follow them on Instagram and Facebook. And here is the knife. Now, one really cool thing about these knives that they do is they have this kind of unique bar tritium. So a lot of times the tritium that I'd seen previous to Rhino stuff was just tubes, and the tubes are fine. I mean, the tubes are what is in the spark and ember fobs that they do, but these kind of like rectangles are pretty cool because they're bigger. And I've found that the tritium fobs that I have are really useful, actually, like in the dark if you need to get your keys or your wallet or something. They make them easy to see. But let's take the knife out. So again, this is an EDC size knife, 3-inch blade. You can see here centered well, I would say pretty much perfectly. There's the tritium on both sides, which is really nice. And then you do have, I think, a little thing of tritium right there in the thumb stud, but only on the one side, so you can remove the thumb stud and such. Deep carry pocket clip, so you can see That's going to carry pretty much right up to the end of the knife there. The tip sits nicely within the frame. Looks like solid stock, so it's not super thin stock. G10. Honestly, I don't know for sure. I mean, at that price, $100, it must be built, as in put together in Detroit. But I'll have to look further into that because I don't know the OEM on this or anything. Let's open it up here. So it's a thumb stud only, no flipper. So I kind of slipped off of it the first time, but definitely can flip this thing out. And the lockup right off the bat here is really nice. So hopefully you can see that. It's about 30-ish, maybe 40%. Doesn't seem like it'll slip off. Feels really solid, no forward and back play. Let's unlock it, get it past the detent feels really smooth going from onto and off of the blade. But no play when unlocked, no side to side play. So yeah, nice and solid. Let's see how it closes. Took a little shake there, but not that time. I don't know if I was holding on to I might have been holding to the top of the tang there. Yeah, it's very smooth, really smooth. Looks like the edge does hit my thumb nail when I close it, so that's just something to be aware of. How's the grind look? Hard to tell. It doesn't look like it's necessarily like razor thin, but I'm definitely going to put this to use, put it in my pocket, put it to use, and see how it cuts in, you know, my normal EDC cutting. That's what I do. I don't do testing. I test the knives by using them. Let's look at the ergonomics. So like I say, 3-inch blade, a little smaller than I often like my modern knives to be, but feels pretty good in the hand. You know, if you watch my videos, you probably know that I think that a simple handle makes for an ergonomic handle, and I would say that this is a nice simple handle. It does have kind of a hard corner here at the butt, but at least on first, you know, grab here, it feels like my pinky gets enough space there. And then of course you really use a knife in kind of a pinch grip more often. So I do like that I got there's different colored rings around this tritium on the thumb stud. It's not all tritium there. There is glow, whatever. And so I'm happy with the green. It kind of goes all together. And with the general theme, yeah, pretty nice knife. I think that this is a really, you know, simple, classic EDC design. You've got a drop point, nice flat grind, almost full flat grind. You can see there is a little bit of unground area there, but yeah, generally a very nice classic design. There's some milling in the liner there to keep it nice and light. It is G10 handle. Let's see if I can middle finger flick it. Oh yeah, oh yeah, definitely some oil in there, which is nice. And I believe this is a cool little thing that they told me about at Blade Show that I'm not 100%, I don't have all the details on, but I believe that this number here, if it would focus for us, but that number there, I believe, because there is a number similar on the tritium fobs, is like some sort of code, because it is radioactive, that they have to put on the products that have the tritium in them. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it tells you that it's, again, legitimate and, you know, real tritium, gonna glow for a long, long time. And actually, I've been really impressed by the brightness of their tritium. Like I say, I have one on my keychain, and like I'll be driving in my car and literally, you know, it's not as bright as a flashlight, but I'll literally be driving and think, man, my flashlight must have turned on in my pocket, because I can see a little bit of light coming down from, you know, towards my pocket. And it's just, you know, whichever is the bigger, I think the Spark. But I do have the bigger one on my keychain. So they're pretty impressively bright. In my full review, I'm gonna try real hard to get some good low light video to show you, you know, the best representation that I can of how bright their tritium is in, you know, in low light settings. So I'm excited to check this out. Another classic EDC type design. This one from Rhino in the Fermi. Thanks to Rhino for sending this along, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Check out my other videos. I've got lots of videos like this, unboxings, and videos on EDC type modern knives. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the bell, and select all so you know when I post new videos. Check out my website, knifethoughts.com, where I post articles on knives like the Fermi and knife-related topics. And last but not least, as always, don't forget to go out and do good.